Hello guys, and welcome to Daily Market Movements. Welcome to another episode where today we are going to be talking about the NASDAQ 100 and what a week it was. But just before we get into that, just a quick shout out to my signal service before we start today's video. If you would like to receive trading signals and copy my trades alongside myself, then please do not hesitate to go and visit my website, dailymarketmovements.com. That will bring you to this website here. I have a video which explains how it works step by step in getting signed up. But simply you just have to go and click on this large button in the middle of your screen where I charge a very small fee of $29.99. But let's get back to the NASDAQ 100, an absolute monstrous of a week. We've exploded towards the upside. We bounced off that significant support. You would have heard me on Monday. You can even go back and watch that video. I said 13,000 is an area where I expect the bulls to step back in and to protect this area. I think that this will act as the floor. And, I've kind of drawn this out over the past couple of weeks that we've got this floor at around 13,000 where we found support back in May 2021. And we are still trading within this downward sloping wedge, and I've also made it very clear over the past couple of days and weeks that this down sloping wedge is typically a bullish sign. 73% of the time you get a breakout towards the upside, and that marks the bottom of the correction, and that's exactly what has happened. We bounced off that 13,000 area, and more importantly, more significantly, and this is something I was really looking for here for the NASDAQ 100, is that we got that break out of the top side of this sloping wedge. And I am now ready to come out onto YouTube and announce that I am starting to get very, very bullish indeed here for the NASDAQ 100. Do I think that we're going to go in a straight line straight back towards 16,700 up at the all-time highs? Absolutely not. I do not think that is going to happen. But more importantly, we have broken out of this negative trend here. We kept on creating a series of lower highs, but now we've just broken out, and we're pretty much just closed above the 2nd of March high here for the NASDAQ 100. So this is incredibly bullish. As well as that, guys, we've also had the NASDAQ 100 close above the 50-day EMA. So this now tells me that we're pretty much likely to now go and test a 200-day up at 14,716. Now that is an area where I do expect the NASDAQ 100 to get temporarily rejected. I think that we could see some more bouncing around here. We could see some trading sideways for some times as we digest these huge gains, because it's important to not forget that we have risen a significant 11.6% just in the past 4 days. It is incredible. And a few months ago you would have seen me bring up a chart here for NASDAQ 100 which states basically the best days in the market typically come straight after the worst, and I think this chart explains why. So many people would have been selling their shares or selling their NASDAQ 100 positions in this phase here, thinking, oh my god, if we break below 13,000 we could be going down to 11,500, 11,700, whatever. And right now they would be kicking themselves because they would have they would have seen the market rise up, and they'll probably get in here, but we might see that sideways trading, and it might get a little bit choppy in the upcoming weeks. But more importantly, we've got the VIX now, which is trading well below 25, which is fantastic. That signals that volatility should start to calm down a bit in the upcoming weeks, and that's exactly what you want. You kind of want the NASDAQ 100 to go back to how it was trading before, where you get these boring days, and you're not getting these huge 11-12% weeks towards the upside, but perhaps you might, at the end of each week, you might be up maybe 1%. But that is the best way to make money. Investing is meant to be boring, and boring makes you money. Like, look how many small grinds towards the upside we had during this period here, for example, and then you have a week like this where it takes you pretty much from I think it was May 19th all the way up to around this time here, 29th of June. So you've had 2 months of gains within 1 week here for the NASDAQ 100. Although it's very exciting to watch and to see, for the long term it's not really sustainable. So hopefully the NASDAQ 100 will continue its upside rise here. As I mentioned, 200-day EMA should be the target going into next week. I'm incredibly bullish. We've broken out of that negative trend that we've been trading in since the beginning of the year. And I've had a lot of people actually message me over on Telegram and WhatsApp asking, say, Max, what is the fundamental reason to this move? And I think it's to do with the Fed. We've had the Fed come out, we've had Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed chairman, come out and basically say that, we are looking at around 7 hikes this year. So that basically wipes out a lot of uncertainty. Although it was a little bit more hawkish than what investors were initially anticipating, it wipes out that uncertainty. And when you're injecting millions, if not billions of dollars into the market, like a lot of these hedge funds and banks, etc., they need certainty. They need to understand where we could potentially be within the next 12 months. If it's uncertain, they will just simply sit on the sidelines. And I think that's exactly what you've seen this week. You've seen Jerome Powell come out and say, we're looking at 7 rate hikes going through to the end of next year. And then next year, we're looking at another 4 rate hikes potentially. And that then wipes out a lot of that uncertainty. And you've seen a lot of this a lot of this hedge fund and bank money come back into the market. Hence, that's why we've seen explosive movements, like on Wednesday, for example, when we finished a trading session up 4.4%, incredible. But also trying to give a nice little shout out to the Signal team. We've closed out our week with having a 100% win rate. So every single signal that I sent out this week, we have won. We had 2 winning signals here on the NASDAQ 100. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you are wanting to join my team and profit alongside us, please don't hesitate to visit www.dailymarketmovements.com.